If you're watching this at 3 a.m., unable to sleep, still checking their profile. Good. That pain you're avoiding, the one burning in your chest right now, making it hard to breathe. It's about to become your greatest weapon. But first, you need to understand what just happened to you. Breakups don't end you, they expose you. When someone leaves, they don't take your strength. They strip away the illusion of stability and reveal the raw architecture of who you actually are. You're left in silence, in a room that suddenly feels too wide, holding nothing but your own unguarded thoughts. No messages to refresh, no future to rehearse, just the truth. Unfiltered, unsoftened, undeniable. And that truth, it's terrifying. Because for the first time in months, maybe years, you're forced to sit alone with yourself. No distractions, no one to text, no plans to make, just you, and the question that keeps you awake at night. Who am I without them? That question feels like death, like you're staring into a void where your identity used to be. Every corner of your life has their fingerprints on it. The coffee shop you went to together, the songs that remind you of them, the inside jokes no one else will ever understand. You reach for your phone out of habit, forgetting for one merciful second that there's no one on the other end anymore. And then, you remember. And the pain hits you all over again, fresh and sharp, like it's the first time. Here's what nobody tells you about heartbreak. Your brain doesn't distinguish between physical pain and emotional pain when you see their name pop up, when you remember their smell, when you wake up reaching for someone who's no longer there. Your brain processes it the same way it would process a knife wound. That's not a metaphor, that's neuroscience. Studies show that the same neural pathways light up during heartbreak as they do during physical injury. Your body is in crisis mode. Cortisol floods your system. Sleep becomes impossible. Food loses its taste. Your chest literally aches. You're not being dramatic. You're not weak. You're wounded. But here's the part that matters. You weren't just in love with them. You were in love with the version of yourself you became around them. The future you imagined. The identity you built. When they left, they didn't just take themselves. They took your story. The wedding you daydreamed about. The house you'd pick out together. The children you'd imagined. The inside jokes you'd tell at dinner parties when you were old. The life you'd constructed in your mind, brick by brick, conversation by conversation. And now, you're sitting in the wreckage of a narrative that no longer exists, trying to figure out how to write the next chapter when you don't even know who the main character is anymore. That's why it hurts. Not because you lost them, but because you lost the future you thought you were building. But within that cold stillness, something begins to heat. This isn't collapse, this is ignition. A forge doesn't sound like success, it sounds like breaking, like burning, like reshaping under impossible pressure. That's what this moment is. You are raw material being transformed, and transformation is never gentle. It's not peaceful. It doesn't feel like growth in the moment. It feels like destruction, but that's exactly what it needs to be. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. Marcus Aurelius, emperor, warrior, philosopher, faced betrayal, loss, the death of his children, and the weight of an empire crumbling around him. And in the middle of all that suffering, he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Read that again. What stands in the way becomes the way. Not what stands in the way can be overcome. Not you'll get through this eventually. No. The obstacle itself is the path forward. This is one of the most revolutionary ideas in Stoic philosophy. Most people think obstacles are detours, interruptions, things that knock you off course and need to be removed before you can continue toward your goals. But Marcus Aurelius is saying something different. He's saying the obstacle is the course. The challenge in front of you isn't blocking your development. It is your development. Your heartbreak isn't something you need to get over. It's not something you need to move past or heal from before you can start living again. It is the transformation. The pain you're feeling right now, that's not a bug, that's the feature. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, put it this way: it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You didn't choose this breakup. You didn't ask for this pain, but you do get to choose what you do with it. And here's what most people do. They run, they numb, they distract, they jump into another relationship before they've processed the last one. They bury themselves in work, in alcohol, in anything that keeps them from sitting with the discomfort. And you know what? That's easy. That's the path of least resistance. But it's also the path that keeps you exactly where you are. Weak, dependent, terrified of being alone. So here's what you do with it. You stop running. You stop distracting yourself with work, with Netflix, with scrolling, with dating apps, with alcohol, with anything else you're using to numb the ache. You sit in it, you let it burn, because pain is information. And right now it's telling you exactly where you were lying to yourself, where you were small, where you were weak, where you traded your truth for comfort. Every moment you spend in this fire is revealing something. The ways you abandoned yourself to keep them happy. The boundaries you ignored because you were afraid of losing them. The dreams you postponed because their approval mattered more than your ambition. The person you pretended to be because you didn't think the real you was enough. This pain is not your enemy. Pain is the catalyst that forces evolution. It strips away who you thought you were and demands you discover who you actually are. This heartbreak is not a detour from your path. It is the path. The universe didn't break you, it broke you open. And now, for the first time, you have the opportunity to rebuild yourself from the foundation up. Not based on someone else's expectations. Not based on fear or need or scarcity. Based on truth. So stand in the fire. Let it burn away the illusions. Let it reveal the unbreakable core beneath. Because when the flames die down, what remains will be stronger, clearer, truer than anything you've ever been. You think you're broken. You're not broken. You're breaking open. There's a difference. Broken means damaged, ruined, unfixable. Breaking open means cracked wide enough for the light to finally get in. It means the shell you built around yourself, the one that kept you safe, but also kept you small, is finally splitting apart. And what's underneath? That's what you're about to discover. 1 year from now, you're going to look back at this moment. This 3 a.m., can't sleep, chest hurts, world-ending moment. And you're going to realize something. This was the beginning, not the end. The beginning of the strongest version of yourself you've ever been. The version who doesn't need external validation to feel worthy. The version who sets boundaries and keeps them. The version who pursues their dreams without asking permission. The version who sits in silence and doesn't flinch. That version is being born right now. In the pain, in the loneliness, in the fire, you are not ending. You are being forged. And the person who emerges from this fire, they won't need anyone to complete them. They won't need validation or reassurance or someone else's love to feel whole, because they'll have discovered something far more powerful. Themselves. The unshakable, unconquerable self that was always there beneath the need and the fear and the dependency. So go ahead, feel the pain, sit in the silence, let the fire do its work. Don't rush it, don't numb it, don't apologize for it, honor it, because this pain is sacred. It's the price of transformation, and you're paying it right now so you never have to pay it again, because on the other side of this, you're unstoppable.